When I first started Breakthrough Marketing Secrets back in 2014, I already had about a decade of direct marketing experience behind me. And this one thing that I'm going to talk about today is the very first thing that I did. Even before I started doing anything publicly with Breakthrough Marketing Secrets, this is the one thing that I made sure to have in place. And even today, it's still my number one priority. And if you want to grow and build your business online, this is the number one thing that you need to do. That's what we're going to talk about in today's episode.
These are the proven direct response marketing, copywriting, and entrepreneurship success strategies you can use today to write your own ticket and create the life you want. I am Roy Furr, and this is Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. Now, here's today's breakthrough.
Before we dive into today's topic, today's episode, as usual, is sponsored by me. Specifically, I'm including a link in the description to email copywriting prompts. Every online business grows and thrives because of email, because of the marketing emails that they send out. And if you're serious about growing your online business, you should be serious about being a great email copywriter. And so check out the link in the description to email copywriting prompts and discover that there are actually unlimited email marketing ideas that you can come up with that are not just, hey, we're running a sale on our products, that are going to engage your audience and have them wanting to do business with you. So, what's that number one thing to build your online business? It's to build your audience. To build an audience of people who are happy to hear from you, who are excited to hear from you, who are engaged with the messages that you put out, who follow you on whatever media channel you choose to put your message out through. And when you do this, when you own a media channel, and by owning a media channel, I mean, like, it could be a Facebook group, it could be a YouTube channel, it could be email, it could be whatever it is. If you have an audience that follows you, the messages that you put out through a specific media, it could be Instagram, it could be TikTok, it could be whatever it is, right? If you have an audience that is interested in following you for the messages that you put out relevant to your products, your service, your market, your offer, and you're actually able to direct viewers, listeners, readers, whatever, from those messages through to whatever commercial messages you're putting in front of them, that is really the secret to being able to build an online business. So you want to build an audience inside at least one media channel. And for most businesses, I do recommend you really focus on one media channel to start. Now, I'm going to talk about this in the context of email because email is still the most profitable online marketing advertising medium. It's still the most profitable online marketing channel because you have this ability to, on demand, put your messages in the inbox of people who have agreed to receive messages from you, an audience who's raised their hand and said, I'm interested in getting information from this person. And you have the ability to put that message at the top of their inbox. And so email is still the most powerful online marketing medium. And honestly, in the context of all of this, I would say great online businesses almost always use other media channels to drive engagement with their email list, to drive subscriptions to their email list. And then the email list they then use to drive engagement back to the other media channels. So for example, I have Breakthrough Marketing Secrets that's now YouTube videos and podcasts, etc. Most of my initial viewership or listenership for all of it is driven by email. So I ask you to sign up. I ask you to respond to whatever offer through this, through these episodes. I tell you to go and sign up for my email list. By the way, you can do that at breakthroughmarketingsecrets.com. And you sign up for the email list. And then when you get my daily emails, they're episode notifications. And I tell you, hey, here's what's in today's episode. Go check it out. And for most people, that includes linking through to the YouTube. For other people, they use the emails as a reminder to check out the podcast. However, it works best to engage. I'm using the email to drive the consumption of the media on the other channels, and the other channels drive subscribers back onto the email list. And as important it is to me to have you subscribe on YouTube or podcasts or whatever, however you're engaging with this content, I know that the most consistent engagement comes from people who also choose to sign up for the emails. So specific to that, I have 3 things that you need to do to build your audience. If you're looking to build your audience online in order to build your online business, the first thing that you need to do is you need to give those people within your audience, and this is what I set up like day 0 for Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. You need to give those people within your audience the ability to follow you. So, for example, for me, I have Aweber as an email service provider. First thing I did on the main page of Breakthrough Marketing Secrets, I set up an opt-in form where you could sign up to join my email list and get the daily, at that time it was just daily emails, daily articles about marketing, copywriting, business building, and those topics. And so I created the ability to follow me. Now today, there's all sorts of ways that you can end up on my list, including just going to breakthroughmarketingsecrets.com and signing up there. But again, it's all about the number one thing. You have to have the mechanism in place that allows someone to follow you. Social media makes this easy. So like YouTube has a follow button, podcasts have subscribe button, all of that, right? But your audience needs the ability to follow you, to get updates. And again, the more controllable the media channel is for you, the more you're able to push your messages out to your audience, the more reliably you are going to be able to generate conversion actions. So leads, customers, sales, profits through this media that you're putting out. So that was step 1, give them the ability to follow you. Step 2 is give them the motivation to follow you. So people don't just sign up for email lists just because. I mean, the type of person who's going to just sign up for an email list because it's there, either number 1, that is the most motivated prospect who's just like, I need information from this person. Or yeah, I guess number 2, it's your family because they just want to follow you so that you feel good and they feel good. Or number 3, it's just someone who signs up for email lists and doesn't care. In which case, 2 out of 3 of those are not your best prospects. So you need to give value in exchange for someone agreeing to sign up, right? So for example, YouTube videos, when you click follow on a YouTube video or you click subscribe on a podcast, it's probably because you've engaged with one episode, with one video, whatever, and you've gotten some value out of it and you want more like that. So there is a little built-in motivation there that those people know that YouTube is going to favor people. By the way, you should subscribe. YouTube is going to favor content that you've subscribed to in terms of putting it in front of you, at least on some level. And they'll give you notifications about that. For podcasts, obviously, it's much easier to listen to the different episodes when you're subscribed to a podcast. And so there's the motivation in the value there. For email specifically, usually it is especially valuable to offer just something in exchange for signing up. So, for example, one thing, for a long time, I've offered, I believe it's 4 reports about copywriting, marketing, business building when you just sign up at Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. And pretty much no matter how you get on my list, you get access to those reports. I also have a site, for example, that's freescientificadvertising.com, where you actually go and you can download an audiobook plus PDF of Claude Hopkins' Scientific Advertising, which even though it's 100 years old, is probably still the most valuable book in advertising and marketing, just because it lays out the foundation for response accountable advertising based on the scientific method, based on figuring out not like what should work, what do we think will work, but what does the market actually respond to. And so at Free Scientific Advertising, people can sign up, and a lot of people do, just to get those, and that also puts them on my list to get this daily content from me. So that's the giving them motivation, is giving them something in exchange for signing up today. And the third part, the third thing you need to do to build your audience is to give them value for following you. So you need to give your audience, these people, they're prospects and potential customers, right? They're leads for your business. But the reason that they're going to be an engaged member of your audience, and I have people who still are getting my daily emails, reading my daily emails all the way back to 2014. The reason people continually engage and stay a member of your audience, stay an active member of your audience, is because they feel like they're getting value from every message that you put out. And by the way, this is one of the major secrets to email open rates, is it's not about some gimmicky subject lines or anything like that. It's who you are and your relationship with the customer. So, or with the recipient. So if somebody who is a very close personal friend sends me an email, that email is going to get open no matter what, right? And if someone who I don't know at all, who's just sending me junk, sends me an email, I'm probably not going to open it, right? Marketers almost always fall in the middle, and the way that you fall more towards that personal friend side of the spectrum is to make sure that every email that you deliver has some element of value in it. And so a lot of times, like my emails are just delivering great content. And yeah, I'm going to talk about things like, hey, you should buy email copywriting prompts at $7 and it's going to make you a better email copywriter. Or hey, you should sign up for free scientific advertising. Download that. I guess that's just a whole lot of value. But I'll make offers all the time, right? It's always in the context of providing value, though. So the 3 things to build your audience is to give them the ability to follow you, to give them the motivation to follow you, and give them the value for following you. And when you start to do this, it's not a magic pill. I'm sorry. Like it's not something where you're just going to wave a magic wand and suddenly you have this huge business. Yes, those things can happen, but it's kind of the exception. More often, the way that business works, it's not a lottery ticket. It's like a slow investment. And now I'm thinking specifically about Warren Buffett, and there's a great biography of Warren Buffett called Snowball. And the name for the biography comes from the snowball effect, which is if you start a snowball at the top of a hill and you roll it down the snowy hill, it's going to pick up a little snow and a little snow and a little snow and a little snow until it basically, like, there can be an avalanche depending on how big the hill is, right? And this idea is parallel. It's a parable, a metaphor for Warren Buffett's investment strategy, which was all about compounding returns, where just consistently adding a little bit every single year, and as it gets bigger, it adds more. It just grows and grows and grows until it is something incredible. And that same principle applies to growing your audience and then growing your business. You grow a reputation with your audience starts to talk about you more, and so suddenly you get these influxes of people just joining your audience, and it's because members of your audience got value and are sharing it with other people. And that only happens through time, that only happens through consistently doing it. And you should know, just in the context of all of this, like, how valuable is it to build an audience? Like, how valuable is it to build an audience? In email marketing, a general rule. Obviously, your mileage may vary. Everybody's business is a little bit different. There's all sorts of reasons why your number might not be exactly this, but in email, it is fairly consistent to have every subscriber, on average, be worth at least $1 per month. If you're consistently putting out offers to your list and you actually have good potential customers on your list, you're actually serving the people who are in your market, it's pretty consistent that a good email marketer will make $1 or more per subscriber per month. And it's very possible that number could be 2, 3, 4, 5 or more. But if you're not making at least $1 per subscriber per month, there's likely something that's just not working quite right about your email marketing. Other channels are way less predictable. I'll say things like YouTube or things like Facebook or Instagram. I mean, you can have 1 million Instagram followers and suck at monetizing it, and not make a ton of money, or whatever, TikTok, whatever. But consistently, email is worth $1 per subscriber per month. And so growing the number of subscribers, if you think about that, for every $12 per year you want to add to your business, you want to add another email subscriber. And there is another kind of threshold that 10,000 customers in most direct response, direct to consumer businesses is likely going to turn into about $1 million per year business. So that's basically $100 per customer per year. And the way that you get to that can be very different. Some of those are going to be one-time sales. Some of those are going to be bigger sales. Some of those are going to be back-end sales. But 10,000 customers can pretty reliably expect to give you $1 million per year business. And so if you can get 10,000 customers through whatever offers that you're putting into the marketplace, you can easily end up with $1 million per year business. That said, all of these are just broad brushstroke benchmarks. It can be more, it can be less. It can depend on the offer, the industry, the niche, the audience. Some people have a great relationship with a small number of very high-end prospects in their audience, and you could have $1 million business from 1,000 emails, right? It varies a lot. It varies based on your offer. It varies based on your audience. It varies based on all sorts of things. But what is consistent across all of it is, regardless of what you're doing, if you're building your audience and engaging with it, building your engaged audience, building your audience of people who are excited to hear from you, building your audience of people who've spent money with you before and who are willing to spend money with you again, that is a consistent way. That's probably the number one most consistent way, most reliable way to build your business online. And the secret to success here is you need to get started. Right? If you want to do this, if you want to approach this strategy, if you're serious about growing your online business, the one thing that you need to start with, the one thing you need to do probably before you even figure out what the heck you're going to sell, is figure out who your audience is and what you're going to do to serve them, and just start doing that through media. Build your audience inside a media channel. And the consistency of effort accumulated through time will help you discover the business that exists inside that audience. Okay, so don't forget, sponsor of today's episode was Email Copywriting Prompts. Go to btms.net/ECP for email copywriting prompts. The link is in the description. It's just $7 and it'll give you unlimited email copywriting ideas, which, by the way, you can use those same idea generation tools to create media for any channel relevant to your business, relevant to your market. And one little thing that I'll note is, as you're going through the checkout process, if you're going to spend $7 on email copywriting prompts, there is an additional training that you can add to your order called Build Your Email List for Marketing and Sales. It's only $27, and it is all about how to build your email list, which, again, that's the single most valuable asset that you have as an online marketer, is the audience that you're in constant communication with, and email is the most valuable tool. And so for $34 combined, you can get how to write those emails to your audience consistently and have them engaged, and how to build your email list for marketing and sales. And it's all accessible to you by clicking the link in the description to Email Copywriting Prompts. I'm Roy Furr. This is Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. Every day, I'm looking to help you grow your marketing genius one episode at a time. Hey, if you really start to build your audience, you are going to build your business online. And I think that even just conveying that one fundamental understanding and having you go out there and implement is going to show how this episode has helped you build your marketing genius. So I'll catch you again in the next episode. See you soon. Bye.
Thank you once again for tuning in to this daily episode of Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. Remember, check out the links with this episode for even more value. Now make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and engage in every way you can to keep this show going and growing and delivering daily value to you. I'll catch you soon for your next big breakthrough.